Hello everybody, here we are again, time for beer and blades. Now, first off I just want to apologise, I've not been replying to very many comments recently, and it's not that I'm trying to be rude or ignorant, I've just been very busy, and what time I do have I would rather put into making videos rather than replying to comments, so I'm sorry for the lack of response, but it's only 24 hours in a day. So let's have a beer. Today I'm trying Red Rye IPA. So this is another great British brewing company beer from the guest brewer Twickenham Fine Ales. So 4.7%, so it's not particularly strong, and it's only a small bottle, 330ml. So quite a gentle start to the evening. Red in colour, this rye IPA has aromas of pine and citrus fruits. Full-bodied mouthfeel, hints of passion fruit and peaches, leading to a dry finish, tinged with the spiciness of the rye. So let's have a look. Yeah, it's a bit reddish. Smells citrus. Not sure about pine. Quite hoppy smell. That's quite pleasant. It's grapefruity. It's quite dry, but a big, full flavour. I like that. Red Rye IPA. So we've got a bit of a catch-up video tonight. If you remember last Friday, I did that unboxing video of an amazing gift package from Doug in New York. And I had actually planned to do a knife review. So we're going to catch up with that shortly. I'll show you what I was going to show you last week. And then I was thinking, with the Phoenix torch that was in the gift package from Doug, it reminded me that I'd not too long ago received another torch as a gift, a flashlight, and not reviewed that yet. You probably saw it in the unboxing. It was from 40 Below Full in Alaska, and it's a cracking torch. Even though there's a few videos out there reviewing it, I think we need to have a quick look. Okay, so this is how the flashlight comes. We're not going to spend a great deal of time going through all minute detail on this because there have been plenty of reviews done so far. I just want to say why I think this is really quite good. Archer 1A version 2. There is a version 3 out there that's slightly brighter. I like the size of this. 4 1/4 inches roughly, and about 1 inch diameter on the head. Fits the hand nice. On off on the tail switch, and this has got a mode memory, so it comes on in whatever setting it was turned off on. So we've got Firefly, 0.055 of a lumen, and then we scroll through the modes with the thumb button. Low is 17, medium is 75, and high is 180 lumens for 115 minutes, an hour and 3/4. And then back to Firefly. So a brief click selects the mode, and press and hold gets the strobe, and then back to where you were. Now what I like about this particularly is, there we are in low. So we go to strobe, and it goes back to low, rather than the strobe setting being stuck in a loop where you have to go low, medium, high strobe, low, medium, high strobe. It's very well made. Plenty of specs out there. It's all the usual IPX8, aircraft grade aluminium, grade 3 anodising, blah blah blah. And the other big advantage, AA cells. Possibly the easiest battery to obtain, even in odd bod places. So it's very practical, I think, this one. 180 lumens is more than enough for most ordinary everyday tasks. If you're just looking for a pocket torch, it's got a few functions. It's easy to keep fed with batteries, and an hour and 3/4 on full, you've got a good battery life. This one was a gift, so I'm not sure how much these version 2s cost. In the UK you can get the new one, the version 3, for about 30 quid. So I think that is a little cracker. Also comes with a lanyard and a couple of O-rings and a spare tail switch cover. So there we have the Through Night Archer 1A. So that's the Through Night Archer 1A. Lovely little torch, quite happy to recommend that. So on to the main business, the knife review that I was going to show you last week. Okay, so this is how the knife comes, in a black and grey and white box. Model number RR131. Silver Select custom channel inlay pocket cutlery, and we've got some information there about the tradition behind the channel inlay, which we'll get to shortly. Fairly standard box. Knife comes in a little jiffy bag. So here we have the Silver Select series trapper, smallish trapper. Got an overall length of, what's that, 3.5 inches, just under 90 millimeters. 2 blades, a slip joint and a locking blade. Being a trapper, one's a clip point and one's a spay blade. Construction is 2 brass liners, brass centre spacer with steel back springs, nickel silver bolsters, and the white bone scales are sat on red liners. It's a very fetching design. The custom channel inlay is this red detail in here. You've got 2 strips of metal parallel. Between them there's a little wibbly wobbly metal line, and the gaps are all filled with what looks like red enamel. So we open up. The locking blade is the clip point. Got the Rough Rider logo there. On this side we've got a bit of etching, 442 razor sharp steel, and RR1318 China on the ricasso there. Blade is 2 3/4 overall, about 70 millimeters. Cutting edge of 2 3/8, just over 60 millimeters. Check the focus. And then the spay blade is pretty much the same size. So we do a size comparison with the Victorinox Spartan. You can see it's very much in the same ballpark for overall length and blade length, but slightly more slender. There's a lot of metal in this knife for the size, and it does feel like it's got a good bit of weight to it. In grams, 75 grams. In English, 2 2/3 ounces. You compare that to the Spartan at 2 and a bit. So it's about half an ounce heavier than the Spartan. So what do I think of it? I like it. I like the Silver Select models. It's a lovely aesthetic. Unfortunately, there's a couple of things that are disappointing. The previous Silver Select knife I bought was the Stockman, and that is absolutely flawless in the fit and finish. And the fit and finish in this is generally very good. There's a lot of surfaces to mate up with the liners and the scales and these inserts and the bolsters, and they're pretty much spot on. There's two things with the channel inlay. In some places it's all grey instead of red, and I thought that was just crud and tried to clean it off. But when I had a closer look under a hand lens, it's actually in the spaces where the red should be, the solder has leaked. So it's not perfect in regards to its main design feature. And then the other thing is the backlock on the clip point blade. The end of the back spring lever sticks up. You can catch your nail on it, you can catch your finger on it, your skin. And that's a bit disappointing, because if you take another knife in the same sort of price bracket, this little bird, which is Spyderco's Chinese made budget line, has a similar arrangement where the back spring stops just past the middle in this case, and that's completely flush, and that's what I was expecting there. So that's a bit of a shame. But in this price bracket, I don't think you can complain too much. It is a very detailed design. Let's have a... No blade play as such there, but you can feel it bending at the pin together point. That's a bit more solid. So the edges, not bad factory edge, not quite razor sharp as they claim, but a better edge than a lot of knives I've had out the box. No half stops, but the slip joint blade snaps into place nicely. Check the focus again. And again, not quite razor sharp, but perfectly acceptable out the box. Maybe a little dull spot on there actually. So I have to investigate that. So that is the Rough Rider Silver Select Trapper. Not perfect, but near enough that I'm happy to recommend it. So we'll finish off as we usually do with a few stills so you can have a close-up look, and thanks for watching.